Howdy y'all, my name's ChucklesTC and welcome back to my World of Outlaws 23 career mode, where today we're going to be headed to the Prairie View Showcase in the local midgets. Let's get into that one first. And let's go ahead and load in here. Yeah. I'll cut back to you guys once we are there. Okay, loaded in now. Let's go ahead and hop into practice for a 0.8650. This is a local showcase. But what is interesting about this one is this track, you are just going by laps so fast. It's so hard to run a consistently good lap. It took me like 4 laps there to even beat the goal. And this is the car that was running top 10 in the regionals yesterday. Finished 19th, but was still running up top 10. But I believe in the regional we have a showcase as well. And I believe in the other 2 local series we do. We just don't have a showcase in the regional street stock. Okay, we're improving our lap times. Getting close to our record lap. This kind of has made me realize how awful I've ran here in the past. I'm still not running great here. I mean, I'm making up time on all the other cars in front of me. There we set a new fastest lap for ourselves. This is the first time in the midgets I think I've actually been able to go out and pass all my competitors. And this is we're going to run through 1 or 2 more clean laps, sort of as a qualifying sim. And we know we cannot do that, because that messes up the next corner too, as I'm recovering. Okay, let's see here. We'll do this as a qualifying lap. Get a bit low, turn ourselves, this is not going to be fast enough. Let's see here. Final lap here. We'll come through too high to get it to be fast. Excellent. Okay. 8.338 was our fastest lap of practice. Now let's head into qualifying here for 8.442. For P15 on the grid, I believe. Okay, probably a bit too high there. Oh, dang it. Qualified P20. 0.8.577. Into Heat 2 starting in 4th. See if we can make the qualifying dash like we did yesterday in the regionals. We were sort of able to just put our way up there, but with Bobby Young starting on our inside. Okay, we're almost at the end of this. Looking like we're going to go to the B main. I mean, geez, OP. Our card is not that good. So means we're just gonna head to the B main, win the B main, then head and start P20 or P19 in the A main. Okay, up in first. Couple more laps around here. We'll get punted out off the line by Robinson. Two more laps to go. We are holding off Robinson on the white flag lap here. Half a second lead. Come through across the line. P1 in the B main. Not great. Not awful. Okay, and here we are. Let's get done straight into it. Okay. We now move up into the top 15 where our goal is to finish up here. And we'll move up to P9 with the car going slow. Stacking everyone up. We dump Thompson. We'll hold on to P11 as the caution will fly. Okay, sorry about that. We're back in here from P11. 5 more laps remaining here around Prairie View. We'll get in the right. That'll back us back. That brings Thompson back in front of us. We'll move down on Thompson. Get back to the rear. Oh, of right. But Thompson will punch us out of the way, dropping us to P13. Send it low on Thompson and on right here. And into P10 now. As we take the white flag, we're going to drop. Oh, never mind, we're not going to drop down. We held the position over Thompson, I believe. Or Billy Green. And now we will finish the race in P10. Okay. Pretty decent result there from P19 on the grid. And I'll cut back to you guys on the main menu. Okay, we're loaded in here on the main menu. We finished 10th at Prairie View, which will meet our one race sponsor goal. In the next episode, they're going to be headed to Sterling County. We keep our current sponsor. We have to go with that one. Thank you all. I'll cut you guys over on the street stocks. Okay, now loaded in on the street stocks, we're headed to the Kokomo Showcase. And let's get into it, rocking this new paint scheme. Again, I think this is what I'm going to keep doing, just keep switching around paint schemes. title looking the same every week. Other than the midget paint scheme. I really like that one. But here we are loaded into Kokomo, and I'll cut back to you guys once we're there. Okay, loaded in here at Kokomo. Let's hop into practice. Where I went and watched a race or one of the Kentucky Derby races before this. I watched the setup for it, so that's why a ton of time is gonna be passed by the time I cross the line to start practice for myself. And yeah, we're down to 50 minutes remaining in practice. I'm not gonna use it all up. It's not like I went somewhere for like the better part of an hour and then try to join in practice. No. Just 10 minutes. Watching the setup for a race at the Derby. Because it is the month of May, the greatest month in racing, and that's why I'm so excited to be racing here. And we're going to race at Kokomo and Grant Park multiple times throughout the month of May. My goodness, did I start off the month of May with a win at an Indiana track in the Modifieds? I think I did. Or I finished second there. I'm going to have to check where we finished once we load in there. But here we are struggling to meet our goal time. We're just not running as good of laps as we know we can. And we have so many times here in the past. And here we finally get a good one. And we were held up by traffic there. We're going to dive down to the bottom here. And more importantly, once we load into the UMP Modifieds, we're going to look to defend our 2-race win streak and become the first 3-time winner on that schedule. And close out our sponsorship with Fortress with claiming a 3rd win for every single race we've done with them. That is going to be huge. And I might even put them on the car as an additional sponsor. We got a really rough lap there. So we're now 2 minutes into practice for ourselves. Oh, heavy contact there. That tire will take us aero damage and give us some radiator and, okay, more damage there. As this is likely going to be our final lap of practice. We have just not been near as quick today as we hope to be. I mean, only beating our goal time once. That's rough. Let's head in now to the qualifying where we should be better. On a clean track where we just learned where the limit is to run again. And we're going to be here in the regionals in like 3 races, I think, for a showcase again. So this is important, I mean, not data, but important experience to get this track to know, because at some point this week we are going to be racing another showcase here. I think maybe on Wednesday. So, I mean, this is an important track not only to me, but to our regional series. We'll qualify 24th, 14.797. We are being awful right now as we're starting 6th in Heat 4. Or starting Heat 6 in P4, sorry. We should be able to make everything. We only need to gain 1 position. And we usually perform better in the races than we do in qualifying and practice. But honestly, pace is yet to be seen out of myself here today. Wonder, did I forget to like repair the car or something? Wash out into Bell. We'll move up to P2 now, battling this 45 car of Samantha Bell. She's gonna take back P2. Oh, we'll wash out into her, and we'll drop down to P4. P3 now. Caution will not fly. Rollins will come around to take the race win. And we are battling for the qualifying dash. We're going to finish P3 and advance to the A main. Starting in P18. We are the final of the transfer spots. This is not great, but we know we can recover. Okay, now loaded in here for the A main. Let's get into it. Starting back in P18 on the grid. And I forget where we made our goal position, but our goal position is always going to be top 10. No matter what we're running in, if we can get top 10, we're going to be happy. Other than right now, the UMP modifieds, our goal is a top 5, no matter what. And realistically a win with our current pace, where we have three P2 finishes and 2 wins. And I forget what we did in the other race or two, but I think they were both top 5s. Finished 4th in the first race, 2nd in the second, then second, first. So we brought out the caution there early. Got the sunset race here in Kokomo, Indiana. We should be able to move up into the top 10 here. So we make a move on Cox, we'll get him loose, and that'll set us up beautifully to make the move into the turn, but we're going to leave the bottom open for Urins. But we will have to get back in here. We'll go down low, almost make contact with the tire, we'll move up into P10. Sliding back behind Rollins. Now Urins making a move to our inside for P11. He's really holding us up here. So we'll slide down around him, but we're going to leave the bottom open again for him to get the move. Now, making the bottom was Bell. We're going to get the better exit, and now we're going to set up on Billy Green. Trying to cut off Green's line there, but we'll wash out into the wall. We'll let him back through. Now 3 laps to go. We're still battling for P10. We'll get in him there, but he'll take a half-second lead with 2 laps to go. The leader is coming through to take the white flag. I believe that is Brewster in the 18. We're back into green there. So we start the final lap here. We'll hold off green. He's going to our outside. We'll come through to finish P10 over green, holding on to that position, getting a good solid top 10 finish here. As we'll load back up to the main menu, but Brewster was the race winner. Now, like I said, let's go back here to the main menu. Okay, now loaded back here on the main menu. We have some harsh driving. Meet our goal. And next episode, they're going to be headed to Fairbury. We're going to keep our current sponsor. It pays the best per race. It has second best initial payout. So now we'll load straight into the UMP modifieds. No cuts before that. So we are going to take a quick look at our finishing results throughout the season. In race 1, we got a P2 finish. Race 2, we finished back in P4. Then P2, P2, P1. Really? Okay, I thought that these two results were flipped. P2, P2, 1, 1. Well, we finished today. We don't even have enough money to purchase the next engine upgrade, but we are going to go ahead and finish upgrading our suspension. And our chassis upgrades. Now let's go ahead and load into Fairbury Speedway for what could be our final race with Fortress as a sponsor. Okay, we're loaded here now, Fairbury. They just called it America's Dirt Track. Let's get in here. Goal time for practice is a 12.458. We have actually ran here in these cars before, where our record is an 11.722, and it's rough going into this race, straight from the street stocks and the midgets. And this, I believe, was our series debut where we finished P2. We'll go out there and beat our goal time in practice already. We are just a rocket ship on wheels here in this beautiful Fortress car. Set a new fast lap around the track with 11.701. With how close we were in our first adventure here, we'll see what we can do here. I see no reason why we couldn't at least back up our good result. Unless something goes wrong. Actually, maybe here was where we finished P4, where we were running in the lead for most of the race, and then got wrecked out with a couple laps to go. And then sort of cycled back. So we remember our early season traumas. Yeah, with how fast this track is, it's hard to remember where or what hardships exactly we faced. So we're going to come through for maybe one more lap. Boom. That was done purposely. So we beat our goal every lap that we crossed the line. Our fastest lap of 11.694. That's about 0.2 off of a second faster than our goal time. That is excellent pace to be setting in practice. Now let's load into qualifying here with our goal time of a 12.156. Oh, dang it. I forgot to enhance the race length. So for all series, we are only going to be doing a 30% race distance today. Which I guess is better. Make sure that this video is under an hour. Maybe, but we are going to be about 40 minutes into this, the conclusion of this event. We'll qualify P1 with a really kind of awful lap there. Advancing to Heat 1, starting in first. And we finished couple hundredths in front of the second place qualifying car. So backing up our good season here already. And honestly, at this point, the regionals might need to be on lookout. Okay, yeah, this is the track where on restarts you are going to get caught up by that P2 car. But here we should be faster than him. And yeah, him holding that inside line is just screwing with us. But we've held the lead. And we should now be able to run away a bit with it. So we've gotten it over a second already once we got around him. As here we start the final lap of the race. We're going to come through here to finish. Ooh, got a bit close there with the tire, but we're going to come through here to finish P1. Once again, dirty laps. Unable to run a good clean lap here in race conditions, but we're starting first in the qualifying dash. Finishing almost 2 seconds in front of the second place car, who's also headed to the qualifying dash. Here now, this qualifying dash is the most penalizing if you do not finish where you start. We were able to hold it decent there on the start. We were forced to take a really low lane, and Stickler and Lefford will shuffle down to P4. P5 now. Wow, P7. With 2 laps to go, this could be our worst qualifying result so far this season. We're going to move it down. Shoot on the inside along in Ledford. And now Weaver with 1 lap left around this track. We may have a shot through the final corner at catching up to Steckler and Nickley. It's going to look very unlikely. We're going to come through and finish. I mean, P5. Oh my goodness, our worst qualifying result to my knowledge. Well, I can remember in this series. It's not like a lack of pace. It was purely a mistake on the first corner, and with 3 laps to do it, that is not enough. Let's head here into the A main. Starting back in P5 with a shorter race than we're used to. Let's see what we can do here. The 12-lap race here got going a bit rough. We're going to move up to P3. Only into P4. Ten laps to go. We're going to move up to P4 or P2, getting into the back of Ledford. That first place position. We're not going to pass him on the front straight away. So I don't think points are awarded for qualifying position, which we're lucky for. But we will know here that at the end of this race, possibly. Yeah, it's going to happen at the end of this race. We are going to have to encounter lap traffic for really the last half of this race. Six more laps around here. And we've caught up to the last place car of Wright. Move up to 5th, and there we see Evading Top. I did not really know that they were racing this series. Like, I knew because the names are reused. That's interesting to see one running this far back. And there's Lucas Lee. He won a race earlier this season. It may have been at this track. And we'll get past him. Because I'm not sure what happened there. We have just fallen out of favor with sponsors. But here, with 2 more laps around here, we're going to look to hold on to it as we're going to lap Bollinger. Here through 3 and 4 for the second to last time, but we'll have some minor contact there with the inside tire, which will get Bollinger back in front of us. He's going to aim to finish on the lead lap. We were so much faster than him. We're actually going to be able to... Oh! 2 cars go around. We're going to take heavy aero damage here, and we're going to have a green-white checkered finish for this race. No! With all that aero damage and damage to the front and sides, are we going to be able to hold on here over the second place car. We'll have that weird start thing that happens from P1 here. And there you see all the damage on the front and right side. So we take the white flag. We'll come through and still win the race. 3 in a row, baby. 3 in a row. As we are going to take a look at this replay in just a moment. Here we're going to ride on board from the driver's eye POV for this last lap before the incident happened. Here we go, make contact with that tire. So that's Bollinger past us as we start what should have been the white flag lap, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, this was the white flag lap. And there in front of us, you see those two cars go around, but we're battling with Bollinger. We're holding it down on the low. Boom, contact there, contact there. And then here for the start, really no trouble getting it done as we'll come through the final corner here and win our 3rd straight race. With a 1 second gap and a 2-lap shootout over nicely. And there we gain a good amount of cash, and I'll load back to you guys on the main menu. Loaded here on the main menu, we take a ton of damage. Are still able to finish the job. Next episode, we're going to be headed to our home race at Kokomo. We're going to take... I mean, geez, oh Pete, there's no reason to take this guy. So we're going to keep the Fortress Construction Services sponsorship. Let's go ahead and repair our car. And I'll cut back to you guys over on the regional midgets. Okay, loaded in here now for the regional midgets. Let's go ahead and load into Kokomo for another showcase. Let's get into it. Okay, we're now loaded in here for Kokomo. Let's go ahead and hop into practice for a goal time of an 11.485. We took some instant damage on the front end. Getting a bit of a shorter race in this one. All these distances will be fixed going into the next episode. We finally have something that we have been lacking recently, where we go out and are able to set a new fast lap. And you see here, we have a new scheme design and a couple new sponsors placed around. So I spent some time, redid our car, and once we run another lap or two of practice, we're going to find a spot to park it on track. A little bit off track, and I'll be able to show you guys. You see there on the fuel cell, the fire service sponsor thingy. Couldn't have done the red and orange one, but I think that gray one fits better with the car. And I'm doing the same thing in every one of my 3 series, so you'll get to see the new UMP car that I designed in tomorrow's race. You see our main sponsor gets most of the color, but some of the other ones will have an influence on the designs going on later in the season. Or even maybe like a different team will get to do like the fuel cell at one point. Or a different sponsor. It just depends. Maybe today, if we win this new sponsorship, they'll get claimed of the fuel cell, and I'll just throw on that fire service thing somewhere else. We're nowhere close here. Or never mind, we did set a new track record for ourselves today around here, but we're going to come through for one final lap. Perfect spot. No, not really. Okay. See, nothing new really to that end. Up right in front of driver's eye, you have the new one. A bit of a new paint style too, and right there on the fuel cell. Let's go ahead and end practice here. And now let's get into qualifying. The goal time is 11.158. And we're unlikely here to make the A main off of pure off of the heat race, but we have done it before, and well, I'm saying we're unlikely to because we were unable to do it in the local series, but that was at Prairie View, which is historically a poor track for us. I'm going to be excited for when we go there in the UMP Modifieds. We'll come through here and qualify P16 though with a 10.859. That is an excellent qualifying position, putting us in P3 for Heat 4. So if we're able to gain one position, we're going to be headed to the qualifying dash. Expected to qualify down at P6. But Kokomo once again is a great racetrack for us. We just have unlucky breaks. This is our home race. We're back home again in Kokomo, Indiana. We dropped down to P5 now. Reynolds now will put us into the wall. 2 laps to go. We're down in P6. Move Reynolds up track, but we may be able to catch up to Whitley before the end of it. That is going to look awful, though, as it looks like we're going to be headed to the B main. We'll shoot it deep on Whitley, unable to get into him or anything. We'll try the same thing here, and we're going to come through to finish P5. We're going to be going to the B main. But we're going to be starting down in P10. We're going to have to gain 5 positions to even make it to the A main. That was an awful heat race. Here we are, coming to the line. We are green, 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 green. We're going to make the move down on Moles before the first corner. And into the first corner, we were up into P7. We'll get wrecked here and drop down to P16. Oh my goodness. Bad brakes. I mean, just the difference for us in this series with such unlucky brakes in us currently in the UMP Modifieds where we are having unlucky brakes, but we are the best driver without question in that series right now. And half of that may just be the car. So we wreck another car. We're up into P11 here, but with what should be a green white checkered finish. I think it is a green white checkered, but it's unofficially overtime. Or it's not overtime. Setting in P11, we're going to have to gain 6 positions in these 2 laps. We're up into P8 now. And we'll dump out a car up into P7. So we start the final lap. We're going to have another restart for green white checkered. We are fighting to make the A main and be able to fight for this sponsorship. Two laps to go. We're back to the rear Moles. We're going to be up to P4 now. So we start the white flag. Shot. We're going to move up to P2. And Jones is going to come through and win it. Or not win it. He's going to come through and steal P2 from us. We're going to be starting down in 21st position for the A main. 21st out of 23 cars. Not terrible. Or not great, but not terrible. As we have officially gained a new sponsor, who you'll see on the car as the main sponsor next episode, most likely. Okay. Now let's get into it. Starting here in 21st. Oh, and we take some rear end damage there. We'll move up here into P16. Oh, we'll have heavy contact there. Then get booted into the rear by Pursley. And we'll get Pursley sideways, making him lose a position or two. Now we're side by side. We're getting hit. Hit again. We'll hold on to the position. Trying to get this new spawn strip to bring us... trying to get this scheme to bring us luck in what could be its first and final race being ran. We're up to P8, not P8. 8 laps to go, we're up to P17. Almost took out Barnhill there. A side sweep on the exit of the corner. We'll move up now, take the position from him into P16. We're catching up to Reinbold now. We'll shoot it down on Reinbold's inside. He's going to cut it off. He'll hold on to the position. Bielman and Reinbold now fighting for that position. We'll cut off Bielman, hit him into the wall. And now we're side by side with Reinbold. We'll be pushed high. So he'll hold on to the position. We're going to try to keep it up on the high line. We'll ramp up. We're up into P15 as the caution will fly with only a few laps to go. It's not looking at the lap count, so I have no idea how much time is actually left. It's going to be a green-white checkered restart, not an overtime, but a green-white checkered. We'll get into Crum there. He'll get dumped out. We're going to be P13 as there will be another restart overtime here from Kokomo. Restarting in P13. We may be able to make a shot here into the first corner and move up into the top 10. As we enter turn 1 in the top 10, drop down, shuffle to P11, get back into P9 as we take the white flag. McDermott in P8, the only car we may have a shot at. Oh, and we'll hit the tire. And we'll come through and finish in P9 at Kokomo Speedway. Our home race doing us some favors, getting us some desired points after a really rough qualifying and heat race. And we'll move up to P18 in the season standings. I'll get back to you guys on the main menu. I loaded in here on the main menu after a P9 finish at Kokomo. And next episode we're going to be headed to Williams Grove. And yeah, we're going to take this new contract offer as it pays what, $300 less per race, but it pays $16,000 more initially. Okay, now we'll repair the car and then I'll cut away from you guys for a minute. New mechanic, we'll assign that to our UMP modifieds. So we'll repair the parts. And with so much money to use, we are going to be able to upgrade our engine for the UMP series. And honestly, we could afford the tire upgrade. but I'll get back to you guys on the street stocks. Okay, taking a quick pit stop here in the UMP series. Quick look at our car for next episode. Let's go ahead here and upgrade our engine. And this will probably take us out of the possibilities of upgrading our engine at the end of today for the midgets, but we should be able to do it next episode. Yeah, that took 20,000 to fully upgrade our engine here. With some good upgrades headed into next episode. And now, no more cuts. Let's get loaded in here to the regional street stock series. Racing at Charlotte Dirt Track, down a showcase here today. Thank goodness, I don't think I could do 5 in one day. That'd be crazy. But here you see a bit of a new scheme. I'll show you guys more of it once we're loaded in at Charlotte. Okay, and we're loaded in here at Charlotte. Let's hop into practice for our first time here in... Oh, never mind. Our second time here. Okay. We should have a pretty good day, though. So here you'll see... I'll actually pull to a stop here. I'll show you the car. That Brickdale sponsorship staying on it. But you see that Wind Tires and the new edition of Toyota, who was never a sponsor, but now we have an official manufacturer, I guess. So pretty cool design as well. So we'll now hop into practice, where we are yet to cross the line to start any sort of practice lap. This is the track that we've raced at before, so we have some experience, and we just love racing in Charlotte, especially in the month of May. Same with Indy. We'll beat our goal time on our first lap. That's still 4 seconds off of our record lap here. Or not 4 seconds, 4/10 off of our record lap. Bit of a rough end of the lap there. Now we'll come through on our third lap, aiming at it, and we will still be unable to even top our first lap of practice. This guy in front of me is slowing me down now, and we may catch up to him on the front stretch or into the next corner, but if we can, we need to just get past. We'll make a move getting past without taking any damage by having run a bit of a weird line, which has us exiting on the bottom. Oh, now heavy contact there. Oh, okay. Send it up here. We'll let him pass. You know, we were having a really rough couple laps of practice here. But here we'll get back on track and start our fast lap of practice with a 16.929. We'll just hit and practice there. Okay. Jeez, that was not a great practice session. Let's get loaded here into qualifying. Orbital times is 17.020. Honestly, where I'm at in the midgets, even. I was thinking about something. I think if you throw me into a local series, I'm going to get local series season, full season, I'm going to get 1 or 2 wins for street stock. Actually, I don't know if I can. UMP modified, obviously we've won 3 races and are currently the points leader in our first season. And yes, that's due to me running these regional series, getting a ton of money, and being able to upgrade that car. But even with just some mild upgrades into our first race, we were able to win. We qualified P15 here. That's pretty good. And we're headed to Heat 3 starting in 4th. So starting in a transfer position. Safe by position. Let's see if we can improve it here and maybe get into the qualifying dash. We're not afraid to use our nose, but will we have the speed to even be able to attempt to use our nose on Rollins or the leader of the race, that 45 car? We're 3 wide now with Rollins and with Thompson, and we'll come out on the short end of the stick, but Thompson there will move up to second over Rollins, and these guys are already pulling out ahead of me, and Rollins will hold it over Thompson. We're going to be unable to catch up to Rollins or Thompson most likely before the end of this one, and to keep it on the bottom, which was never wise. So we'll exit here top. Final lap here. Trying to give it everything we got. Pushing the pedal down harder than I ever have before. Don't use a pedal or a wheel, so... Oh, we're going to have to cover off the bottom here to even hold on to P4. And we'll come through and finish P4. Where we started, the top 4, top 5 actually didn't rotate. So we'll be headed to the A main here at Charlotte. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing in Charlotte, North Carolina. At the home of the Coke 600, we're having our own battle in the month of May. Oh, and we'll wash up track there, hooking the car on the initial start. Move up to P13, but not before causing a caution. Now onto the restart on the inside lane again. I'll see if we just do that move every lap, we're going to get to the front real quick. Oh, we'll get... 03 will get into us there. Yeah, you see what happens when we go 1 lap under green. We lose a position, or 2 now. Back to where we started. Make it down on the inside of Brooks, who's going to just hold strong in now that 116 car. Able to make it back up to us. We're going to get into Brooks, push him a bit high. We were 3 wide there through the corner. And now we'll take the corner low on Barnes. And we're going to hope to be able to make it up here to P12. We are. P12. We'll leave the bottom a bit open. Cover it off, but Barnes is going to exit up top here. Almost side by side with me. And trying to catch up to Thompson. Take it low and slow. That is the tempo. 11th here is Thompson. We're going to make a move down on his inside through the corner. He's going to cover off. Hold on to it. So he's stuck behind that 3 wide battle up in front of us. And now we'll take it 2 wide. I'll get down below him. And we're going to exit side by side on the front straight or on the rear straightaway. Now these guys getting oh so close in front of us. Sneakloth having to check up. 5 laps to go. We're up here into P11, having a real hard battle with Thompson. We're going to cut him off there using our rear to get into him a bit. Now 4 laps left. We're going to look low on Sneakloth. He'll have a good lane though and be able to hold on to his position. They're trying to do everything in this car to get up to P10. We're exiting side by side with Sneakloth. With 2 laps to go, sitting in P11, we're going to be 3 wide a bit. He's going to hold on to P10, getting clear of us, and we're going to take a real aggressive line moving up into P9 before we exit and wash out into Urins. On the final lap here, we're going to give it everything to try to make up that position on Urins. But Wright will finish in front of us no matter what, really. We'll exit, we'll turn Urins. Heavy contact there. Oh, major impact. We'll come across the line. P9. Oh my goodness, wreck across the line. So I hooked him. Wow. And I'll go and look at that replay and I'll cut back to you guys on so I have it. Okay, here's the front end angle of that wreck. We exit, we wash up into him. Oh, boom, head on there. Then right behind us. I mean, we come through and we finish in our position. Now let's take another look at this angle from above. Or another look from above on this wreck. There you see we just wash out into him and we hook him good. He washes down, heavy impact there. We come through and across the line. Now cinematic view, if we'll have a good one. Oh. Now it's right on board for the final angle of this wreck. Into the final corner. Just fighting for that P9 position. We'll hook him on the exit. Such an amazing finish there. Tragic, amazing, crazy. As actually Jurens will finish down in P12 as Sneakloth and Thompson are able to finish ahead of him. How did Sneakloth finish in 10th is my question. Oh well. We gained a bit of cash there. Not enough to upgrade our midget car, but I'll cut back to you guys on the main menu. Okay, loaded here on the main menu. Finished there in 9th. We meet our sponsor goal. In next episode, we're going to be headed to Grant Park Speedway back in Indiana once again. And we'll repair the car, and thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and come back next episode. We're racing at Grant Park. And sorry for this video being almost an hour long. If I keep talking, it will be. Thank you all. Peace.